model to some of the companies in the US that are actually building these projects, and they felt that a lot of the implications were consistent with their analysis. So yeah, I mean, I think there's some fit, but I agree with you, it's not a perfect fit. But the model is somewhat stylized. Yeah.
So just quickly, whether your discussions with the companies gave the interesting reason actually the buyers there aren't enough buyers for the contracts, or something else that would fit the discrepancy?
They did talk about, the fact that there's buyer demand. The notion that it's only sellers that want long-term contracts is not true. So they agreed with that point, but I'm not sure that it goes as far as what you said. Yeah.
Well, I do know that years ago, now when I was in Australia, we held several DAS-related conferences that were meant to bring together buyers and sellers. We actually stopped holding those conferences because the very first thing that would happen in the first set of communications, it was meant to bring buyers and sellers together, was the buyers would say, we want to get rid of destination clauses and long-term contracts, and the sellers said, no, and then there wasn't much to talk about anymore. So after 3 years of that, we said, okay, we're not going to do this anymore. So there is definitely, historically, there's definitely some pressure from buyers of gas in the form of LNG to get rid of the long-term contracts, in particular the destination clauses. And there's been resistance on the we have time for one more question.
Questions I would like to finish maybe the answer?
No, I will have a point at the very end, if I may, Mr. Chair, but please go ahead.
Okay. I am amazed by the amount of new export LNG capacities that you have shown, Adonis. That's maybe you,
Peter.
So, and the lifetime of, in your assumption, the lifetime of this capacity is 20 years. But this is still risky investment. What is the return time? In how many time you will have to recover the cost of investment over the period of time capacity to secure the investment risk?
So in our model, which is consistent actually with the long-term debt contracts and the way the developers do these projects, the assumption is 20 years. But as I mentioned, actually, you take something like the Northwest Shelf. The projects last longer than 20 years, actually. And I mean, right now the Northwest Shelf project is like a money machine, right, for Woodside. So the debt's been paid off and so on, and so that's part of the reason too why they're selling much more of the LNG, or interested in selling much more of the LNG on a short-term basis rather than entering new long-term contracts. But yeah, the assumption behind all these projects being developed is basically they assume a 20-year lifetime.
I know we're very close to the end of the session, but I wanted to make a couple of comments. I was remiss in not identifying my graduate student, Dimitri Dimitropoulos. If you're interested in the discerning trends in commodity prices, that's a paper in macroeconomic dynamics. You can find references on my website. More importantly, this conference is about energy and transition. And a theme here, I think, today has been the implied fact that there are geopolitical consequences of the shale revolution. The LNG, for example, trade, which in some quarters has been called freedom molecules, for example. I'll tell you what really concerns me is that it's the retreat of democracy on the planet and the degree to which that is going to influence in a negative way the transition that I think that we would like to see happen. And that would be a subject of an entire conference, probably. Thank you.
Well, I want to thank all of you for showing up this morning and